I the asshole for being a nightmare player in a game created to humiliate another GM? To be fair up front, I am honestly not sure if I am the asshole or not here. By that, I mean I am absolutely ATA, but I am not sure if the reasoning and situations warranted it enough to make me not the asshole. Characters. None are real names. Jill, DM of first game, old school Deadlands. In Mouse Guard, played a Beetle Master. Jack, me, player in both Huckster and Deadlands, PTSD Old Warrior Mouse in Mouse Guard. Bobby, DM of second game, Mouse Guard, and played a monk in Deadlands. He was usually poorly dressed, miserable about something, and unemployed because of something that wasn't his fault. Changed week to week, but it was never his fault. Sue, Bobby's girlfriend. Super nice girl with good career. The only reason I can guess that she was with Bobby is low self-esteem. Made a mad chemist in Deadlands, and I forget in the Mouse Guard. Fred, another player, nice guy. He played mad scientist in Deadlands, and I forget in Mouse Guard. Ethel. While a great person, doesn't matter for this story. Now that is out of the way. Also, I apologize for my grammar. English is my first language. I'm just really bad at it. Understandable. Game 1, Deadlands. Jill ran an old-school Deadlands campaign, with the central theme being what is a monster. In Deadlands, there are things called harrowed. Basically, when someone dies, a demon, called a manito, may try to take over their body. If it goes poorly for the demon, but not critically poorly, that person comes back as a harrowed. They and the demon share the same body. Really interesting. They can't age and don't die so long as their head stays intact. If the body dies, the demon and the person die. Because of this, the demon may have horrible motives, but it won't risk killing the host. Only one can be in charge at a time, and for the most part, the person not the demon is running the body. This comes with other powers, but it's not important. My character started off as harrowed due to how character creation went. No one else did. Jill had the idea of letting me learn the Huckster resurrection spell, which brings people back as harrowed when it works, and worse when it doesn't. I had the idea of turning Sue into harrowed, as mad scientists can get massive buffs from it. This was done on the sly as a way of making sure my group wouldn't turn on me when they found out I was harrowed, as I wasn't the only one, and Sue was too nice, in character and in person, to drive from the group, in character. It worked. I pulled like a god, and there were 0 issues. Then, my demon took over, and the entire group was turned harrowed. Jill wanted this to happen, and was baiting me the whole time. Not blaming her, I took the bait, but the game she wanted was what makes a monster, and it was an interesting premise. Bobby got super upset. Like unreasonably batshit insane upset, screaming at the table, threw his dice bag, had his character try to kill us, and then commit suicide. Off the walls, foaming at the mouth, psychotic. This wasn't the story he wanted for his monk, because his monk story was supposed to be something Batman. I literally imposed myself between Bobby and Jill out of fear of violence. He was an ass we put up with for Sue's sake. But this was way more than expected. It was also our apartment, so it wasn't like we could just leave. Bobby eventually calmed down with help from Fred, being a very skilled people person, and left. This was game 4 or 5. Game 1. Mouse Guard. Bobby contacted the group and said he refused to play another game with Jill running it unless we all played in a game he ran and controlled to show her how to GM properly. Jill wasn't the perfect GM, but who is? He listed all kinds of problems, one of which was she wasn't able to keep the players serious and on task. I should mention this was a game where we all drank moderately to heavily, including him. We all agreed, mainly for Sue's sake, as she was just such a cool person that none of us wanted to cut her out of our lives. And dealing with Bobby was the price for that. I don't know what ever happened to Sue, but I hope she ran away from him, and was someone better. Bobby decided he was going to run Mouse Guard. For those of you who haven't played, the only story important part involving rules is during a combat round, you declare what you want to do and roll for it. Winner gets the result. If you fail an encounter, you don't die, you just get a debuff. I don't like Mouse Guard. It's not to my taste, but if you want a rules-light system about playing mouse-sized heroes, check it out. I make a veteran mouse. Our job is to go on a journey to protect the scent barrier. Jill makes a mouse that's specialized in trained pack beetles. We normally played for about 5 hours. Character creation for this one shot took 2. Bobby was really easy with anything we wanted, except for Jill. He put her through her paces, demanded everything be written down, and if she didn't start with something her character would have had, because she, the player, didn't know the rules, she got to be worthless in the situation. He would smile when she got frustrated and make jokes about her not being able to play a game either. This is when I decided to be the asshole. I am good at being an asshole. Our first real encounter is with a heron. Everyone is mildly to moderately drunk, so when it comes to my turn, I say for my goal, I'm going to stab it in the face. Everyone laughs how over the top I get. I fail to stab it in the face and get exhausted. No amount of sleep in Mouse Guard fixes exhaustion. It's just there until I don't know when. We didn't get that far. We escape the heron and have a series of encounters. No matter the situation, I just yell, I'm going to stab it in the face. Each time I yelled this, I took a shot and got the rest of the table to go along with me. Bobby was having a really hard time trying to keep a bunch of drunk gamers on task. Apparently, it wasn't as easy as he thought. To be clear, I didn't stab just enemies in the face. Signs that were hard to read, bad weather, possible poisonous food, all of it. Eventually, the rest of the group joined in. If the problem didn't have face, we drew one on and stabbed it in the face. This became Malcolm solves his problems with a chainsaw, Mouse Guard edition. Bobby was breaking down over this, not in the good way. Sue eventually joined in, and the first time she said, I stab it in the face, he lost his mind. Called us all assholes, grabbed his stuff, and told Sue they were leaving. I told her she was welcome to crash on our couch if she didn't want to go. She just looked scared when he yelled for her to get in the goddamn car. I will be honest that I didn't want her to be in jeopardy from a guy whose life she fully paid for, while he talked down to her and treated her like a second-class person. Sadly, she went with him. Bobby would later forbid Sue from talking to us. While I wish I could have helped her see she could have done better, and not me, I was in a committed relationship. Thus, wasn't one of those things. That problem was way beyond me. Sue, if you're reading this, I hope you found someone better who treats you well. Summary. While I don't like that I made a problem for Sue, she could leave him at any time with zero financial impact to her life, so it is a problem of her own making. It was also made clear to her she was always welcome at our place if she needed an escape. I do like that I taught someone who was trying to humiliate another GM that controlling drunk gamers and keeping them on task is not simple or easy. Was me being an asshole warranted? Edit. 2 things I should make clear based on a few comments. Out of game and in, Jill and I both would lavish Sue with compliments she honestly deserved to try to help raise her confidence. Also, I ran a bar at a point in my life before this, so leading a room of drunks is something I am very good at. Getting everyone drunk and playing Follow the Jackass is a skill I'm professional level at. Edit 2. A few points have come repeatedly in the comments, some, but not all, of which were answered by the story. But maybe I didn't communicate them well enough, so I will be direct. I am not responsible for anyone's actions but my own. This includes toxic and or irrational reactions. In relation to Bobby, this means I am not responsible for how he chose to respond to a bunch of drunk people laughing at a running joke in his serious game of Mouse Guard. He could have joined in and changed the tone. He chose to act like an ass. When it comes to Sue, she had all financial means of leaving if she wanted to. She had an offer from Jill and I believe Fred and Ethel, to stay with them if she needed for her safety. Not doing something because someone else will have an irrational and toxic reaction is to let their toxicity and irrationality dictate your behavior. Jill making everyone harrowed. Deadlands is not a game you play if you're afraid to go dark and to have bad things happen to your PC. This was very directly defined by the rules of the game. Deadlands Weird West takes place in the late 1870s, in a world where the North and South entered a Cold War. In their own canon adventures, there is severe racism, sexism, and religious extremism from real-world religions to contend with. A single bad hit against you in combat can permanently remove a limb or kill you. Going insane or having your heart stop killing you instantly can happen just by seeing the wrong thing and rolling very badly. This is not 5e. It's a deadly steampunkish Call of Cthulhu in the Wild West. You could literally build a sniper and end character creation with only one arm due to how the cards draw. Literal playing cards. Everyone tried to help Sue's low self-esteem. Everyone reached out to her after this. None of us know what happened. This was in 2013. Hope it got better for her. I honestly do. But she is an adult and her life is her responsibility. I can empathize and feel for someone without being responsible for their situation. While yes, I could have let Bobby verbally abuse Jill so Sue didn't have a bad night, I won't let someone else's poor decision cause me to let someone bully my girlfriend. Fred, who is an amazing human, tried to talk him down and failed. Fred was a prison guard who was so good at talking he was able to do his job while weighing 130 pounds. Directly stopping the fight would have everything happened that did anyway, plus left Jill feeling depressed and even shittier, and Bobby feeling triumphant and still treating Sue like shit. So, personally, I think this can go both ways. Yes, you're an asshole for purposely antagonizing the DM, but at the same time, I feel like he really needed to learn how it is to be a DM and how to react with all of the other people. I wanted to make a comment so badly. He was being so rude about Jill, and you know what? DMing is hard, and he obviously learned that lesson. But I do feel bad for Sue. Obviously nobody knows what happened with her. It's been 9 years now. But I can only assume she left. But, well, hopefully she did. But anyways, let me know what you think down in the comments, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!